Why Tyreek Hill trade looks fantastic for Chiefs entering 2025. How Tyquan Thornton, Trent McDuffie tie to 2022 trade. Tyreek Hill's last game in a Chiefs uniform was Kansas City's 27-24 overtime loss to the Bengals in the 2021 AFC Championship. That seems like a century ago. The Dolphins announced their 2025 captains on Monday, and Hill wasn't among them. After an awkward offseason that began with the wide receiver removing himself from Miami's Week 18 game and then hinting he wanted to play somewhere else, even Hill didn't expect his teammates to re-elect him a captain after 3 straight years with that distinction. It's something, noted insider Dan Graziano on Tuesday's edition of Get Up, because it sort of reflects what's been going on with Tyreek Hill. Tua Tagovailoa saying in a press conference that Tyreek needed to repair some relationships, Tyreek coming out and apologizing to the team. A kingdom's ransom. Brett Veach is making no apologies for trading Hill, a deal that seems to age better than the finest of wines. 2 months after the Chiefs lost in that AFC Championship, Kansas City dealt Hill for a kingdom's ransom. The Dolphins gave up their first, second, and fourth rounders in 2022, as well as their fourth and sixth rounders in 2023. And on the same day Miami acquired him, Hill signed a 4-year, $120 million contract with the Dolphins, an extension the Chiefs were hesitant to give him. Veach took those Dolphins picks and parlayed the Hill trade into what stands to date as his best draft as Chiefs general manager, 2022. Bill Belichick gave Veach the Patriots' first-rounder in 2022, number 21 overall, cornerback Trent McDuffie, for the Chiefs' selection, number 29. New England used that choice to draft Cole Strange, a guard the Patriots actually cut last week. New England subsequently traded the Chiefs' third-rounder in 2022 to Carolina, which used it to draft quarterback Matt Corral, whom the Panthers cut at the end of the 2023 preseason. And the fourth-rounder New England got from the Chiefs in 2022, Jack Jones, lasted only a year and a half with the Patriots before landing with the Raiders. Even Tyquan Thornton was part of the trade. In fact, in circuitous fashion, the Chiefs even wound up with Tyquan Thornton after trading Hill to Miami. In a subsequent trade, the Chiefs sent that second-rounder obtained from the Dolphins to New England, and with the 50th overall selection in 2022, the Patriots drafted Thornton. Released by the Patriots midway through his third season, Thornton signed a practice squad contract with the Chiefs last November and enters this season poised for a breakout year with Rashee Rice beginning a 6-game suspension. The Chiefs open the season against the Chargers on Friday in Sao Paulo, Brazil, 7 p.m. Central Time, YouTube, KSHBDV 41, 96.5 The Fan. Hill and the Dolphins, meanwhile, kick off the season Sunday at Indianapolis. When the Kansas City Chiefs made the blockbuster decision to trade away Tyreek Hill in 2022, the NFL world gasped. After all, Hill was the league's most electric wide receiver, a human highlight reel who could turn a 5-yard slant into a 70-yard touchdown in the blink of an eye. Fans wondered if Patrick Mahomes' reign of dominance would crumble without his speedy weapon. Pundits predicted a sharp decline in the Chiefs' offensive fireworks. Some even whispered that Kansas City's dynasty window was closing. Fast forward to 2025, and those doubts look laughable. Instead of sinking the franchise, the Hill trade might go down as one of the most forward-thinking moves in NFL history. With the Chiefs entering another season as defending champions and Patrick Mahomes cementing his legacy, the decision to move on from Hill now shines like a masterstroke of roster building. Here's why the trade looks fantastic for the Chiefs in 2025. 1. Financial flexibility sparked a dynasty. At the time of the trade, Hill was seeking a record-breaking contract. Miami gave it to him, 4 years, $120 million, making him the highest-paid wide receiver in the NFL. For the Dolphins, it was an instant splash move. For Kansas City, it was an opportunity. By not tying up massive cap space in one player, the Chiefs freed resources to keep their championship core intact. The money that would have gone to Hill instead allowed them to secure key defensive pieces, extend offensive linemen, and add depth across the roster. Chris Jones, Creed Humphrey, and other cornerstones might not have stayed if Hill's mega deal had been on the books. In 2025, Kansas City boasts one of the league's deepest and most balanced rosters, a direct result of financial discipline sparked by the trade. 2. Mahomes proved he doesn't need one superstar. One of the greatest byproducts of the Hill trade was forcing Patrick Mahomes to evolve. With Hill gone, Defenses could no longer predict Kansas City's offensive tendencies. Mahomes was challenged to spread the ball, trust his system, and elevate every receiver around him. The results: 2022, Super Bowl victory. 2023, back-to-back champs. 2024, Mahomes redefined efficiency, winning MVP with a mix of young receivers and savvy veterans. The narrative that Mahomes needed Tyreek Hill to dominate quickly disappeared. In fact, it's now clear that Mahomes' greatness shines brightest when he's not locked into one superstar target. Just like Tom Brady once thrived by making stars out of average receivers, Mahomes built his own brand of flexibility. 3. The draft capital paid off. The Chiefs didn't just let Hill walk. They cashed in with a king's ransom of draft picks. Miami sent Kansas City a package that included a first-rounder, a second-rounder, 2 fourth-rounders, and a sixth-rounder. At the time, draft picks are uncertain promises. But by 2025, we can look back and see how those picks turned into long-term weapons. Several of those selections turned into cornerstone contributors. A young defensive backfield was rebuilt on rookie contracts, allowing Kansas City to play aggressive, fast, and physical football without breaking the cap. Meanwhile, mid-round gems on the offensive line gave Mahomes consistent protection. The Chiefs didn't just trade Hill. They reinvested his value into building the NFL's most sustainable dynasty. 4. Hill's wear and tear is becoming a factor. Tyreek Hill was dominant in Miami. There's no denying it. He racked up record-breaking seasons and kept defenses terrified. But now, entering 2025 at age 31, the speedster has started showing signs of wear. Hamstring tweaks, ankle sprains, and the natural toll of being a smaller receiver in a physical league are catching up. Hill is still explosive, but he's no longer invincible. Miami has paid the price for his prime years, while Kansas City avoided being saddled with an aging superstar whose contract only grows heavier. By moving on when they did, the Chiefs maximized value and sidestepped decline. 5. Andy Reid and Brett Veach's vision paid off. What makes this trade legendary is the trust between head coach Andy Reid, general manager Brett Veach, and their quarterback. The Chiefs' leadership understood that dynasties aren't built by clinging to one star. They're built by adaptability. By moving on from Hill, they showed confidence in their system, in Mahomes' unique brilliance, and in their scouting department to reload talent. That foresight has carried Kansas City through 3 straight Super Bowl appearances and kept them at the NFL's summit.